We are going to check out this lawsuit between Rashawn Casey, aka DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, and Tony the Closer. I've been following this a little bit, but I've had some other stuff going on, and I haven't had a chance to really delve into this like I wanted to. But I think this, out of all the other lawsuits that are going on, I think this is the one that I'm probably going to focus on. I'm going to break this down into several parts and pieces so we can dissect it bit by bit. And I'm actually going to number the videos for those of you who want to follow this as we sort of break this down. So this is going to be a number of videos about the lawsuit. We're going to go to some of the parties' websites that have been mentioned in this lawsuit just to get a feel for what's going on. For those of you who have been following this is not going to be news to you when we go to one particular person's Instagram, because we already know that a lot of what's said in here is still out there because there's this lawsuit, and there's a duty to protect this information. But let's go ahead and jump into this. This is coming out of the United States District Court for the District of New Jersey. This is where this was filed. Let me scroll down here. This is a complaint. Rashawn Casey, aka DJ Envy, jury trial demanded. Anthony Robinson, aka Tony the Closer. And I will probably just go by their non-government names here, just for the sake of us keeping it easy. ABC Corporations 1 through 5, John Doe's 1 through 5, Jane Doe's 1 through 5, fictitious names whose present identities are unknown. Those are all of the defendants. So it says here, DJ Envy, who is the plaintiff, the one bringing this lawsuit, by and through his undersigned counsel, and I will probably do a separate video on them too, alleges the following against Tony the Closer. This is a preliminary statement. So in this video, I'm going to go over the preliminary statement and the nature of the case or the allegations. It's going to be about 5 or 6 pages here, and then we're going to wrap that up because I want to go over this beginning part and be able to spend some time talking about this. All right, so let's get to reading this thing to see what it says. I love it when these preliminary statements are more like storytelling, and that is exactly how this one starts. With paragraph 1, it says, in life, paragraph 1, in life, just as in business, reputation and integrity are amongst the most valuable things that we have. When someone's reputation is impugned, I always have trouble saying that, they could end up losing their name and goodwill forever. Certainly, their extent and future business prospects, one's livelihood, are invariably damaged as a result. In this action, the defendant knowingly and intentionally spewed false, slanderous, and defamatory misinformation about the plaintiff, which has and continues to severely damage plaintiff. Defendant engaged in this wrongful conduct for the purposes of increasing traffic on his social media sites for his own personal gain in the form of paid advertisements. However, thankfully, the law protects against the spewers of falsified, malicious, and scandalous slander and defamation. As such, plaintiff brings this suit to enjoin defendant from making any further false, defamatory, or slanderous statements about plaintiff, and for damages against defendant to recover the losses that plaintiff has sustained resulting from defendant's wrong actions. Okay, let's jump into the nature of the case. This case arises from defendant's false, defamatory, slanderous, and malicious assertions that Mr. Casey is a thief, criminal, and scammer who has perpetrated a Ponzi scheme and stolen millions. All of this is in quotes. Defendant has publicly and maliciously spread these false claims on his websites, and you see them listed there. And we're going to check these out at another point in time. And through his sizable social media presence, including accounts on Instagram and YouTube. Defendant's social media accounts have more than 125 subscribers on YouTube, 364 followers on Instagram, and 13,000 followers on Twitter. Defendant uses his social media and websites to market his real estate investing, quote, coaching business and other services, find clients, and generate publicity and commentary, all for his own greed-driven Pecuniary benefit. Defendant is a prolific poster with tens of thousands of posts, comments, replies, hours of videos, and hundreds of thousands of engagements with potential customers and clients reaching all over the country, including but not limited to New Jersey. As part of his marketing strategy to drive engagement, increase views and followers, and to further his pecuniary interests by obtaining new customers for his real estate products, Defendant frequently makes posts insulting, attacking, or arguing with other public figures. All right, let's talk about this alleged real estate scam, the Penas. Caesar and Jennifer, herein referred to as the Penas, are New Jersey residents who apparently broadcast themselves to the public as motivational speakers and entrepreneurs in the real estate business, focused on real estate development, investing, and flipping houses, much like Defendant, interestingly, who claims to have gotten rich being a real estate wholesaler who signs a contract of sale to purchase a property and then sells or assigns that contract to another buyer to make a profit. As part of their business model, it appears that the Penas promote their business through social media, including websites such as, and you have it listed there, social media such as Instagram, and you see those listed there, and make appearances on radio and television shows such as Good Morning America and Billboard magazine. Okay, Mr. Casey, known to his radio listeners as DJ Envy, is a well-known DJ, record producer, and radio personality, and a host of the radio show The Breakfast Club on Power 105.1 FM New York. The Breakfast Club has been on the air since 2010, and The Breakfast Club's guests and attendees have included celebrities, sports figures, entrepreneurs, and thousands of other guests from all walks of life. All right, DJ Envy hosted the Penas on The Breakfast Club, one of their many media appearances, and featured them several times on his own social media accounts, on a few of his many interviews and discussions with guests and callers. He jointly held several educational seminars with them in 2018 and 2019, educating attendees about basic financial literacy and real estate investing concepts, and has attended at least 2 public events where the Penas and many other individuals were present. Okay, the Penas have now been accused in several lawsuits of defrauding investors in an apartment building development project and a real estate cryptocurrency investment. I keep telling you, don't invest in this stuff if you don't know what it is. And always, always, always check out who your partners are. At least 2 of those lawsuits filed against them have also named DJ Envy as a defendant and allege, without any specific factual or meritorious basis, that he somehow promoted their alleged fraud by jointly hosting real estate and financial literacy educational seminars or otherwise appearing at public events attended by the Penas, together with many other individuals, and by hosting them on the Breakfast Club. Okay, so they're basically saying, hey, okay, we went to some events with them, we did some webinars with them, and now they're saying this sort of ties us in to them. Okay, let's see what else they're saying here. Since the claims that Mr. Casey, DJ Envy, is in some way connected to the real estate transactions in which the Penas are alleged to have run a fraudulent scam are without any basis in fact or law and are false, Mr. Casey has moved or will be moving to dismiss any complaints where he is a named defendant in connection with such transactions. Mr. Casey has been added as a party defendant in some of the cases involving the Penas, alleged fraudulent scam for the purpose of sensationalizing those cases and generating publicity by including him personally. Upon information and belief, one of the reasons behind Mr. Casey being added as an additional party defendant in the cases involved their alleged real estate scam is because of defendants' false and malicious statements that Mr. Casey is a thief who played part in a Ponzi scheme. So let me just sort of break that piece down here to make sure we're understanding what he's saying here. He's saying they only included him because Tony, the closer, is saying that he was a thief and that he was involved with this Ponzi scheme. DJ Envy is saying that's how he got pulled into this. It all got sensationalized. Tony the Closer put this information out there about him. And then other parties, when they got ready to sue the Pena, said, hey, we're going to sue DJ Envy too, Mr. Casey. In fact, contrary to the allegations asserted in the Barone v. Pena action filed in the Superior Court of New Jersey, Chancery Division, okay, you've got all that information there. The property ownership and company ownership documents publicly filed by two of those investors established that Mr. Casey never had any financial stake or involvement in those projects whatsoever, which fact has also been confirmed by the Penas. Upon information and belief, defendant is a former car salesman and self-professed football player who now, much like the Penas, who on their website claim to have relationships with individuals ranging from famous music artists and other public figures and investors, promotes his own claimed real estate investing successes and relationships with celebrities such as the rapper Rick Ross as a marketing tool to hawk various products, including real estate investment coaching and investment advice through his websites and on his social media channels, including Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Defendant, Tony the Closer, is who we're talking about here. Defendant uses his websites and social media platforms to sell self-promotional real estate coaching materials under various names and through several different companies, including his Rona-proof masterclass course materials, which he sells for between $1,997 and $197 online. Defendant promotes and endorses various products such as weight loss drinks, clothing, and other items on his social media platforms. Defendant also claims that he is a former criminal, was imprisoned as a result of bad decisions arising from addiction, presumably including his 2014 arrest for kidnapping and assaulting a woman. But he has found a new purpose in life by becoming a real estate investment guru who is now happy to sell investment advice to entry-level real estate investors also looking to, quote, change their situation. Defendant uses his social media accounts, which claim to have a combined total of more than 500,000 followers, to market his real estate investing coaching business and other services, find clients, and generate publicity and commentary to increase his exposure. To accomplish these goals, defendant posts prolifically with tens of thousands of posts, comments, replies, hours of live videos, dozens of pre-recorded videos on YouTube, and hundreds of thousands of engagements with potential customers and clients reaching all over the country, expressly including New Jersey. Defendant frequently makes posts offering discounts or sales for the first followers or commenters to quickly comment on his posts and buy his real estate courses, and for new followers. As part of his marketing strategy to drive engagement, increase views and followers, and obtain new customers for his real estate investment products, defendant frequently makes posts insulting, challenging, or arguing with media and sports figures who he tags in the post to get a reaction that will increase his publicity. Beginning on or about May 25th, 2023, defendant began posting about what he deemed a scam run by the Penas, initially asserting in an Instagram live post, a live video broadcast to all defendant's Instagram followers, for those of us who don't know that the Penas had been accused of scamming investors and that the Penas were only famous because they had been, quote, promoted, unquote, on Mr. Casey's radio show. During his first May 25th, 2023 live post regarding Mr. Casey, defendant was careful to state that these were allegations and claims by investors who claim to be defrauded by the Penas and not factual statements. Okay, so that sort of gives us a background there. And I actually I'm going to get into another video where we're going to talk about the actual defamation and them giving more information around that. But this sort of sets up the background on what he is going to be alleging here, puts the parties all in place. If you don't know them, I have a feeling if you're watching this video, you probably know who these parties are, but puts all of the parties out there. This couple who had their real estate coaching business going on, and then you have Tony the closer who has his business going on, and then you have DJ Envy who is somehow now in this triangle of three parties, and this has just all gone completely sideways. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. You guys let me know in the comments if you've been following this. This is part one. If you've been following what's been going on, especially as Tony the closer was posting a lot of this. You can go back to his Instagram now and still see a lot of what he posted. And even as these lawsuits have been put out there, he has been sharing this information. But go ahead, let me know in the comments if you've been following this. Let me know if you have ever been in a situation where people have pulled you in because of your relationship with another business owner or another partner. Do you think we need to be a little bit more careful about who we do business with? I would say definitely yes. All right. Don't forget to subscribe and yeah, like the video. Mwah. Peace.